I'd like to welcome back to Art in the Air Spotlight from the Chicago Street Theater. It's Lisa Formosa-Parmigiano, and she's going to talk about actually what they consider the final production of their season, which runs this summer, July 11th through, I think it's August, and it's going to be in various places, but she's going to tell us all about it. Lisa, welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, Lisa.
So tell us about what you're doing. You're doing a Shakespeare in the Park, but you're actually not doing Shakespeare. You're doing a production called Shakespeare in Love, which maybe people are familiar with the motion picture. So, but tell us all about that.
Well, this is our 13th year in the park, and we've made some decisions with the artistic committee and the board of directors at Chicago Street, and we feel as if we're going to probably not come back and do the park after this summer. And because of that, we thought that it might be fun to go out with a Shakespeare adjacent production. And the thing that's really fun about Shakespeare in Love is the film itself was very successful. It's Tom Stoppard, of course, who is primarily responsible for having written it. But what's beautiful is it's not Shakespeare, it's Will. It's young Will before he's really come into his own. And so we see a frantic young Will who's learning this event that happens is the catalyst in his life that eventually ends up, I think, being partially responsible for making him the poet that he is. And of course, it's all fiction. I mean, none of this probably happened, but it's kind of neat to assume that during the writing of um, Romeo and Ethel, the Pirate King's daughter, he ends up falling in love and it becomes Romeo and Juliet. He's terribly influenced by character Kit Marlowe, which we know is Christopher Marlowe, who was also an amazing playwright at the time. So it's very exciting for us. We hope to bring people out to the park with something that's Shakespeare adjacent. So for those who are a little bit shy about experiencing Shakespeare in its true form, you get a lot of both. You get a little bit of the wording from Romeo and Juliet, and you discover how the balcony scene happens and all of that. And yet you have just characters, people running around. There's a couple cameos with Queen Elizabeth. I mean, who doesn't want to see Queen Elizabeth? So it's a really fun, it's a comedy. It's delightful. And we're going to open it in the park only one night on July 11th. Then we are moving into the theater, but our opening weekend, the first performance we're very, very excited about. It is a special fundraiser for Jovanina Wilson. And her mother, Marisa Ellis, is puts together this foundation, and the funding goes to scholarships to all kinds of folks who are studying in the arts. And so we're really thrilled to be able to sponsor that this year. And then we'll run in the theater until August 3rd.
And that will be your conclusion of the 70th season, Chicago Street Theater.
Yes.
Wow, that's tremendous. Now, taking something that's from a film and adapting to the stage, obviously there's a lot of things that are different, and you probably, I'm certain, seen the motion picture, but tell us maybe about some of the differences between the stage production and what people might have seen in the motion picture.
It is almost identical. It's actually called a play with music. So there is very specific musical score that goes along with it that is mandatory. I'm fortunate enough to have a wonderful cast of some of my young students who are teens who've grown up a bit and gone off to college and come back, and they're all very musical and sing. So some of the music and some of the songs in there are going to be live, some are going to be tracks with some singing, but the adaptation is almost identical to the film. The difference, of course, is that it takes place on stage, and we can't, with the beauty of a camera, just switch from location to location to location. So we've had to be really creative about how we're going to stage something that takes place, in 16 or 17 different places, including Greenwich and Whitehall and, on the River Thames and, some really, really challenging places, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
So, somebody who hasn't been to Shakespeare in the park, can you tell them what they need to do? Because I read that you need to bring your own chairs.
You do. You need to bring your own fold-out chairs or a blanket or whatever you'd like. We begin at dusk. Prior to dusk, you can come out to the park. There are food trucks that we always have there, so you can grab something to eat, sit outside, and enjoy the summer. You bring your own chairs or blanket, and at dusk we begin, and the show is free, and it's really quite exceptional. You sit out under the stars and you watch a play unfold. It's really beautiful.
That's great. Well, we only have 1 minute left. We want to give you a chance. I know you can't preview your season completely for the next season, but maybe give us a little hints at the number of productions and things like that. So just to tease it, and then we're going to come back and probably revisit that after you've made the formal announcement.
We have a really exciting 71st season coming up, and I can't wait to tell you exactly what it is. I think some people will be surprised. We're trying to shake it up a little bit and do some new things. So it'll be very interesting to see. And with just a pinch of time left, I want to encourage everybody to take a look at our education program. We have wonderful camps for the summer, and we also have full semester of programs coming up.
Excellent. And how people can find out
Perfect.
about Chicago Street Theater online or such?
Yes, absolutely. chicagostreet.org. We also have Facebook. You can follow us there, Instagram as well. You can find us on both.
That's going to be Shakespeare in Love in the Park starting on July 11th, running through August. Lisa Formosa-Parmigiano, thank you so much for coming on the Air Spotlight and sharing.
Thanks. Thank you
What a
very
great
much.
end to a great season.
Spotlight Extra, Friday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Trivia Night 2025, Season 71 of the Chicago Street Theater will be revealed. Prizes for the top 3 teams. Art on the Air Spotlight and the complete 1-hour program on Sunday is brought to you by Ember Forge Consulting, thoughtful marketing and digital learning built to express your purpose and grow your reach. Learn more at emberforgeconsulting.com/grow.